y'all doing? How y'all doing? Alright. Back to another episode. Going on. I am your host, Cutthroat for L. I'm your host, Cutthroat for L. Your host, Cutthroat. Alright. Welcome back with the first episode of 2021 of What's Going On. I am your host, Cutthroat for L.
You already know who it is. You feel me? Oh wait, no, it's what it is. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? But you know, it's gonna be right there. But it's GroovinDarrco. We got some new guests.
What it is, it's Mike going on. OMG, that's Mike on Instagram. What's up?
Lynchy 4200 _KB. Money Making Meech on Twitter.
Word, peace and happiness. Dope might be back to bring you more dope vibes.
Alright, so basically, this episode of What's Going On is just going to cover what we did in 2020. You know, even though the entire year was crazy. It was crazy. It was a very wild year. Mm-hmm. We accomplished a lot. You know what I'm saying? Within like a 6 to 8 month period.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Actually launching the web page and putting out music and videos and somewhat of clothing and just progression overall and what we decided that we wanted to kick off last year. So what we're gonna touch on today is what was one of y'all's biggest lessons learned of 2020. And we can start this way and just come around this way. So, Mikey, what was one of your best lessons learned of last year?
Not to stress and just to go with the flow of life. And to just keep pushing because there's a lot of obstacles. That's going to try to stop you. So you got to keep yourself motivated. And that's what I learned.
Okay. How about you?
My big lesson for 2020 is understanding people, and not trying to blend other people's personalities and other people's ways with yours. And what I mean by that is stop thinking people think like you or people want to react the same way you're going to react. You feel me? Or just because you give a fuck, they supposed to give a fuck too. Don't matter the circumstances. So I did realize, when it's out of my hands, can't change it. You feel me? And life goes on.
Okay. Would you like to go?
Yeah. Alright. So yeah, I learned this year. My thing I had to say for 2020 was affirmations. Honestly, with life and everything that's going on in 2020, if you ain't, actually try to do something, but if you actually did try to do something, like it actually came true if you believed in it completely. You know how it is. Like as long as you believe, that shit will really come true.
Okay. How about you, GroovinDarrco? What was one of your biggest lessons learned of 2020?
Well, my biggest lesson learned of 2020 is that in the grand scheme of things,
dun. Niggas be back.
You know what I'm saying? In the grand scheme of things, your life can real life change in 6 months.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? For real, it can change in 3 months. But if you give it 6 months, your life can real life change in 6 months. And that's what I learned in 2020 for real.
Mm-hmm. Well, in conclusion on that topic, I would say that in 2020, I learned a lot about myself. The biggest lesson that I learned was endurance. And when I say that, it's in the aspect of to continue to move while dealing with a lot of different obstacles coming your way. To the point where as though it's kind of like, I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about understanding other people's perception. I learned a lot about discipline and just overall allowing myself to be more vulnerable to situations and not so aggressive with things. You feel what I'm saying? And that taught me how to stay calm. Because blowing up about everything that doesn't go your way does not get the job done.
Never does.
You feel what I'm saying? And I'm very good under pressure, which kind of causes my own stress. You feel what I'm saying? Because I slack knowing I'm going to get it done. Instead of just executing it and letting my life be calm, I kind of like make things difficult. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like me pushing myself in the way. But,
Overly doing it.
yeah, facts. And to not overthink so much. Because mental health is very important. And if your mind ain't right, nothing else is going to go in alignment. So that was my biggest lesson in 2020.
I got one question, right? What was your biggest struggle in 2020? Because I feel as though 2020 was that year that kind of broke a lot of us down. You feel me? And if it didn't break you down, it learned you something. So if you ain't really have a big struggle with 2020, well, we already talked about what we learned. You feel me, basically. You know, so you got a struggle with 2020? Shit. Like, what was your biggest struggle? Like, throughout the pandemic, all this stuff going on.
I got one. Shit. Alright, so you know how it was. So, when did it shut down? When did everything really shut down? Like
March.
Yeah.
I said February.
Alright, I say, alright.
Yeah, like in the words started spreading, but things can shut down.
Middle into March, that shit shut straight down.
Over with.
Exactly. So I'm over here. I had just moved into my new spot probably like February,
Same time I moved to mine.
So I'm over here just working regular, right? So they talking about shutting down, and me personally, I work in the casino, so I didn't think nothing of it. Like, you ain't gonna shut us down. Right? People come through, you know how it go. So I'm like, alright. They say we about to shut down. I'm like, alright, cool. I worked into the last minute, man. Like, they put this alarm on. I was like,
they had to kick you up out that motherfucker.
What?
Like, shit, fuck, I need all the dollars.
Yeah, man, because like the thing about it is I can't really. I'm not a check worker. I don't work from check to check. Every day I go to work, that's the money I got to live by, So it was it for me. New spot, everything else. I was like, shh.
You know what's the crazy part about that, bro? I asked somebody else there. You know what they told me?
What?
They said I ain't get my stimulus check.
Me
I said, damn. I said the worst thing out of 2020.
My biggest struggle in 2020 was money management. And the reason why I say that is because it's not that, because I'm an essential worker, so I worked throughout the entire thing, but it will fluctuate, from people getting
Still
sick,
going through it.
People getting sick, and I had to quarantine, unfortunately. There was a lot of tests involved, there was a lot of things going on, so that's why the podcast was postponed. Like, it was like money management to where as though it's like, okay, pay this bill or hold on to, like, it's like, what's more important? And it was kind of a humbling experience because it was like, even though we were talking about it a lot, it was like, damn, everybody is affected by it, whether you catch it or not. You feel what I'm saying? So it was just like an inevitable situation. But that was one of my biggest struggles. And it was only reason why I say it was a struggle was because you have to separate what you want to do and what you have to do. And as an adult, a lot of people don't want to say it. You kind of get tired of always doing what you're supposed to do. Like, goddamn. I pay bills all the time. Like, I want them sneakers bad as hell. But it's like, you know what? It's cool. You feel what I'm saying? But that was pretty much mine.
Mine was mental health and the fact that the finance part. You know what I'm saying? It was a real big struggle for me, for real, because it was breaking me down that I was broke and I didn't want to come into another year broke. You feel what I'm saying? And that can really put you at a real you feel me? It can put you in a real dark place. And then I was dealing with a lot of other life issues.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So it really took me into that dark hole. You know what I'm saying? And I had to really find that.
Question. Can you explain how you got out there?
Yeah.
How you got out?
Well, I just dig myself out.
Smoke a lot of weed.
That too. But you know what I'm saying? I definitely had to dig myself out of that hole because I didn't want to. I noticed once I started stressing, losing weight, I couldn't eat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now, luckily, I wasn't unmotivated. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? I had to really talk myself through that. I had to really talk myself through it. You know what I'm saying? And then I had other people to help me. You know what I'm saying? So I really got myself through that. You know what I'm saying? So this year is a whole different story. You know, I try to meditate more and then come to understanding with a lot of things.
Okay. So, what about you?
It's pretty much the same.
You can get a stimulus check.
Hey, yo, I get mine.
Oh, I got my
He
stuff.
like, he said, shit cool with me.
I got my
I
boy
just
saying,
ain't
No,
get
it
my
wasn't that. It
stimulus
was like,
check.
I mean, it's everybody pretty much
Right.
said, what was the same thing dealing with me, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I was an essential worker, so dealing with them, you feel what I'm saying? If y'all pay attention to the podcast, you already know.
Yeah, I'm very strong.
I had some experiences while we was being an essential workers. And what really is pissing me off is growing up, heroes either wore a cape or saved a life. Now, huh?
You taking it there?
Huh?
Like, like dun.
Exactly. But now, now it's all over everybody's essential working spots. Thank you, heroes. Also, they don't have to pay us the money. But we don't get to that.
I feel it. Now I
You know
see
what
where
I'm
he went to with it. I see
I
where
mean,
he
in the
went.
breath, but I'm very strong on that. You know what I'm
We
saying?
got a very expensive box lunch
Yep.
with a $25 Amazon gift card for our appreciation. The lunch
Oh, no,
came
we got
with
incentives.
toasted bread.
We had cool incentives.
Listen, sliced turkey, seasoned tomato. You got a brownie or a cookie, and a flavored bag of chips.
Mm-hmm.
In a box? Was it in the box?
Box.
Oh my God.
With an Amazon gift
With an
card.
Amazon gift card. After
That's
motherfucker
Thank you for being
almost
a friend.
dead.
Like,
Working at this fucking place.
I got a $30 Target gift card.
Wow, Target.
Yeah, Target.
Alright.
These guys got gift cards?
With some dry,
Right,
with some dry turkey.
Oh, dry.
I'm not over here just waiting to drop dead on the table. You're getting gift cards. Can I get a gift card?
This one I understand, right? See, I don't understand how you would get a gift card. You work at a casino.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
It's like 500 people work at a casino. That's way too
That's a
much.
mad gift.
Man, listen, they shut us down. They shut us straight down. No food, no drinks,
Thank you,
just
nothing
water.
to drink, nothing to eat.
Bottled water. No, us, we different. We employees. But also, this is something too that they did to us that is crazy that we still get our free lunch, but first off,
That
lunch
got
was,
like a dining hall.
right, we got a whole dining hall. But
Cactus Willie's in that bitch.
right, no, that's how it used to be. It used to be okay. You had 3 different sections. You pay for it, free lunch, and
So you
pay
mad
for
for
it.
the cheese sticks.
No more cheese sticks.
That's why you're upset.
He's
No
upset because
more
he can't eat.
cheese sticks.
What
What
is
is going on? They have one section. I was two through.
It's the salad bar. That's the only section.
You just
over
get
there.
cold cuts now.
Man, one cold cuts.
You
Man,
feel some type of way?
Chicken
You
Caesar
feel some
wraps.
type of way?
Chicken Caesar wraps and it's cold. It's
Whoa,
not.
whoa, whoa,
it's not
whoa, whoa,
lukewarm.
whoa. Because
And
chicken
it's
Caesar wraps
cold.
be good.
You like it
No, no,
Chicken
lukewarm.
We're going off topic. Either way, to conclude that segment, shit was fucked up. But guess what? We made it. You know? So, the last thing I wanted to touch on, last 2 things I wanted to touch on was, well, you know, they said that COVID mutated,
Yeah, yes, it
like we all knew it would. And it's supposed to be a third spike coming soon, like a Denzel movie.
My
Shit's
motherfucking drink mutated. My motherfucking. Oh, this man.
right, play.
And they got the vaccine out and stuff now.
The vaccine's killing people.
what?
Hey, listen.
And they said it's a strain of HIV in it too.
Wow.
I ain't hear that,
That's
but what
not
I
heard.
Definitely heard
I didn't
that.
hear that.
It's a strain
I
of
didn't hear that, but you know what I do know? You know what I do know?
What
Why
do
you
you
got
know?
Why you dirty?
I watched I Am Legend more as a zombie movie than any other zombie movie, right?
It was never about zombies.
Ding, ding, ding! Exactly. The year that it was based on was 2021, and it all started off of a failed
He
vaccine.
ain't lying.
It all started off a failed
You on to
vaccine.
something, y'all.
And those zombies were way smarter than any
Because they're
other
not
zombies.
zombies.
Exactly.
They were just affected people.
But you know what's crazy?
I ain't with
Cause
it.
you know me, the Gemini shit is always the flip side, right? The movie only went like that because Will Smith took his bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He just wanted his wife back. That's
They
like,
didn't really
if
care
they
about
pushed
them
our
at all.
ass
They
on
really
the
killed
stretcher
our
out
Will Smith at all.
there, they'd have been smooth. Niggas would have been home. There'd been no movie. They would have rolled to the next where they went with the big gate. Capiche? Like, why would you hold her captive? I would have busted glass too. We already infected. I'ma die with my wife. You got me fucked up. Give me my wife.
See, but that's
Give me my
the
wife.
only man on the planet that's
You know what's crazy?
normal.
No, he wasn't with other people.
He was the
feel
only
you.
motherfucker in New
What'd you say?
York. He was the only motherfucker in New York.
To him, to Will Smith, he was the only normal person. But to the zombies, they were normal. So, you don't get what I'm saying?
Basically, what he's saying is, it's like you gotta look out of the affected people's eyes. All in the whole city, all of them are affected, right?
So that's
they
normal
look.
to them.
That's normal to them. They look at him like he's not normal.
Because he's normal.
Because he's actually normal.
I think he just
You feel me?
That's what I think.
But I feel as though that motherfucking Samantha, that damn Sam.
Damn, Sam.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Why they got killed
Sam.
dogs off of movies?
He choked that bitch out too.
Yeah. Sam got the bitch. Bit the shit out Sam dumbass.
But that was wild though. That was a crazy correlation. But yeah, like, okay, so that's the COVID thing. And you guys don't think that it's a coincidence that all that stuff is starting to go trending? Like The Strand and Outbreak and all these movies and documentaries explaining to us about, you know, how
Subliminal.
recently endured.
The terrorist attack.
I don't want to go into an intro, you know, like when you're introducing somebody, like coming to the stage, because the build up behind of all the shit that I have to say is very, very lengthy. There is no way in the Jamaicans TikTok that we should have saw Capitol Hill be intruded by white supremacists.
Because I tell you, if minorities stepped right down the gate before they even get past it, they'd have been shot.
Bro.
On January 6th, 2021, in the new year, you feel what I'm saying? In the new year, not 95, not 2000 where technology was trash or ammo wasn't what it is today. In 2021, Capitol Hill was invaded and they broadcasted it on social media. It was live on CNN for the 40 and older and live on CNN for the millennial kids.
Trump had a watch party for it.
Trump had a watch party, popcorn, niggas fried chicken. It was glizzies there.
Why glizzies?
You feel what I'm saying? I don't understand exactly how this happened, but I would like to know how you guys feel about it, and then we'll just, you know, discuss the topic. So, how you feel about it?
That it shows a lot. It shows a lot about America. It shows a lot about the United States. You know what I'm saying? Like it shows that it's one-sided. It's one-sided. That's how I feel about it. Because if minorities, I'm not gonna say we as black people, if minorities did that, tear gas, battering rams, AK-47s. They just open the door for them.
Man.
I feel like the door, they let them in. I feel like the door was already open. I feel as though that shit was anybody that ran in there successfully got successfully close to any door and be able to cross any threshold. You feel me? Was somebody of not power but importance. You feel me? That could use, what I'm saying, somebody's cousin, somebody's brother, somebody's sister. The lady that they killed, you know what I'm saying? She was part of one of the main people in the Air Force. You feel me? So I feel as though it was like...
No, she was a vet. She wasn't a main person.
Yeah, you know what I mean. She was a vet, but she was one of them, she was in the Air Force.
She was in the Air Force.
So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, that's what we know about her. We don't know about our family tree. Her real reason of why you know what I'm saying, she really doing it.
She
Now, we
was
all know
trying
the
to be
main
a
reason,
patriot.
yeah, she's a
She
Trump supporter.
wanted to be a part of history.
Yeah,
It's part of history now.
yeah, she's a part of history now.
Smoking
But
on Snowflake.
I just feel as though, like,
Damn.
you know, that shit,
That shit.
we look at it like, why wasn't it controlled? Why wasn't they killed? And blah. The certain little motherfuckers that try to go overboard, yes, they probably was killed. We were just talking about Shorty with the Air Force. But
She's the only
it
one.
wasn't like it wasn't meant to be controlled. You feel me?
She
Four
still
cops
getting out right
died.
now.
Bro.
The cops
Four
ain't gas
cops?
up.
4 cops? How you kill 4 cops? We can't kill one without a problem. You know what I mean? But 4 cops die in that situation, then it's just cool, right?
Bro.
I am top life security of the world.
Great.
Been security now for a long time. There is no way. No way. No way. No way that they could get within 10 feet of the Capitol building without a sniper seeing them or an on-duty armed officer seeing them, let alone inside the building. But the Secret Service, the person who shot the lady was a Secret Service. He was in a suit. You feel what I'm saying? The police officer ran. That shit did numbers on Twitter. It was hilarious. You feel what I'm saying? There's no way that they were supposed to get close, let alone inside of that building, without multiple casualties. The thing about it is now that they're actually arresting the majority of the people that they saw in the building, their jobs. Niggas is governors and police and judges, fucking counselors. Like, these are important people.
Should've wore their mask.
Dumbasses.
During the pandemic.
telling us
Y'all don't even
This is
know
the
how to
crazy thing
fuck
about
shit
it.
up
They've
right.
been doing an anti-mask protest the whole time.
You gonna go in
The
there
one
bad-faced?
time you supposed to wear a mask
You don't.
when you're committing a crime, you still don't wear a mask.
But you know what that tells you though? The audacity of
Hell
these
yeah.
people from caucus. You fucking. This is the
Caucus.
thing, because it's like, yo, the comfortability you have to feel within yourself to do some shit like that is through the roof. I swear to God. That's like walking into the police station and pissing.
They feel obligated, bro. That's how you know them people meant something.
Because
they are
it-
part of our fucking world. They play a part, bro. You feel me? They was motherfucking sergeants and shit like that. You feel me? A motherfucking small towns where that's their little police department. You feel me? They run that whole the whole fucking police department decided to go run in that bitch. You feel me? Shit like that. Motherfuckers from Nashville, Tennessee and shit like that.
I feel as though that they knew that nothing was going to happen. So they was like, hey, let's go get Joe and all them, and you know what I'm saying, gather up this truck and go down there.
I was really upset about it.
Me too.
We was in the group chat lit about that shit, especially me. Because, you know, for a long time I've always been one of those people that been open-minded. I never was racist, no prejudice. You feel what I'm saying? I look at everybody's story the same. Everybody have their own struggle. But then when you go back and you look, I'm saying is that people died from every corner of the earth. That's a fact. So just same way how we feel about our shit, they feel about theirs. You feel what I'm saying? All these bitches wearing other bitches' hair right now, people dying for their hair. But anyway, moral of the story was, I understand the angry, racist black man. Do I condone
You
it?
can be racist on black though.
Yes, you can. Why?
No,
Okay,
because
can
it don't
you
make
explain? Can you explain why you say like why?
Because
like,
racism comes from a position of power to an oppressor.
Okay.
If you are coming from the position of being oppressed, how can you be considered racist?
The argument that I was making was, okay, that's a fact. You're not wrong. I'm not disagreeing. All I'm saying is this. If the black culture is the leading culture, right, that means we are providing the fuel that's pumping America. Are we really being oppressed if we're providing the source?
I got one question.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Systematic.
Yeah, I agree.
No, since the last, I never disagreed. Something we were touching on was Capitol Hill. Now, my thing is this, right? I've often heard people say that black people can't be racist. I disagree with it. Everybody can be racist because everybody went through their shit. But my whole thing is this, right? Do y'all think that the reason why they were treated way better is because the color of their skin,
Yes.
or because they support the president of the United States?
Color that skin.
Because they support the president of the United States.
Okay, see, that's why you my man, yo, because you're not afraid to stand alone.
But
Now, don't
I
jump
can
shit
explain-
now.
I can
Don't jump shit now.
explain.
Now,
Yeah,
why
I
do
can
you?
explain.
Because it's majority beats.
I can
So why
explain.
do you feel like it's because they support the president?
I feel as though it's because they support the president is because alright, so MAGA, which is like a whole, some people could probably consider it's like a cult. Because if you know your meaning of a cult, but I feel as though MAGA, that it's like a cult. It's something like the KKK. Like, you feel me? They're not, their beliefs and shit is different from everybody else, or how anybody else would look at the president. You feel me? Because, you know, I feel as though there's no middle class, so you're poor or rich. So you feel me? Like, even when Barack was in office, it wasn't no Barack MAGA. It wasn't nothing like that. You feel me? But when Trump gets here, you got a group of people, you feel me, that solely believes in everything that he wants to do, everything that he believes in. Now, depending on if you like Trump or not, to me, I feel as though if you anything besides white, you feel me, you can't get really too biased with Trump. You feel me? Because you gotta understand that he's human, he's a person, number one. And you gotta understand what was his insight on it and how does it affect you. And that's just me as a person, my opinion. You feel me? So it's like I don't actually hate, like have a serious hate for Trump like how everybody else did, but I don't like him. I was saying it's because they support him. I feel as though that's like this. If you like the color blue and I like the color blue, we on the same side. They both like green, they like green. You feel me? At the end of the day, they're in a certain position in life where it's a person that is in a higher position that helps their society. They don't give a fuck about us.
Right.
You feel me? It's not their job to give a fuck about us because this is life. It's not your fault. It's not your job to give a fuck about the next person. You feel me? And that person there support him. You get him out of here. Shit, we in it.
Trump told us that now.
Why do you feel like it's because? Why do you feel like it was because of
fuck he didn't. Anyway,
why do you feel like it was because of the color of their skin?
Alright, so this is why I believe it was because of the color of their skin. If you can honestly say that if it was the same thing flipped, but black people were wearing Trump supporting shit and MAGA hats,
I don't think they
do
would've
you
shot.
think they would have got in?
Yup. Hell,
For real?
if that was a whole bunch
so?
of black
You believe so?
supporting Trump, they would have not killed them.
You believe so?
They probably wouldn't have fucking
Well,
killed
listen
them.
then,
Is that
who's
supporting
saying
Trump?
Pete, right? I got a question. I got this beef from in Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to get it
one
off.
question. So all the people that got in the Capitol Hill, you think all the people was white? You don't think nobody was black there supporting? Thank you.
It was black.
Fucking thank you.
So let me ask you this question.
That's what I'm saying.
Can I ask this question? So, alright, so what if, you know what I'm saying, that all panned out, you know what I'm saying, and it was successful somewhat, but Trump next day go and kill, get, you know what I'm saying, set something up where the minorities that went in there,
Get executed?
yes. With it flipped,
Still broke the law.
my nigga, but my thing is, but y'all, you said that if you said that if the roles flipped and you know what I'm saying,
They
being
shot a 13-year-old boy in a park with a toy gun in under 2 seconds. You don't think a group of aggressive black people storming the nation's capital, no one would have got shot? You don't think it would have been way more casualties? All because they was wearing Trump supporting outfits?
People would have got shot because them white people got shot too. But what I'm saying is
there was only one who got shot and the rest of them got trampled.
4 cops
They
died.
probably, in that situation, it probably been 4
And the
people got
black
shot
people
and
that was
got
there was
shot.
few and far between. If you start spraying into a group and it's only 7 black people amongst 1,700 white people, of course you want to hit some white people. And those white people might be related to somebody. And next thing you know, you got Martin O'Malley calling your phone and now your job's on the line. Of course, come on, bro.
But you don't think it's black people that's in position that their job is on the line now because Trump not in office, that they don't feel no motherfucker way? You think it's no black people that really believes in MAGA? That really believes in MAGA, my nigga.
right.
And they voted, hold on, I'm not done. And they voted for Barack when Barack was in office. And then when Trump came, they voted for him because they believe in his shit too. It's people out here like that too. Their jobs in the
Yes, and for that, your whole principles wouldn't even make sense.
they're called Uncle Toms.
It doesn't
Alright,
matter.
so in conclusion, this is how I feel about it. I agree with all sides. Why? Because at the end of the day, I see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is we all know that it's not equal. Inequality has been how it's been, and it's going to continue to be how it is because this land was taken and the practices that were created were by Europeans. So it doesn't matter how much we build, how much we grow, we can buy land, we can fund schools. There's only but so high the African American will achieve. They say the sky's the limit, and it is. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel like that's a spiritual thing.
No, it's not.
It's a riddle. It's just like, I just personally feel like on your end, if black people, first of all, the black man's unpredictable in the eye of an officer. The white man's more reasonable. Black men, from having the passive aggression, you're already trained to be more tense.
But
when you
where's the
approach a
aggression
black
coming
man.
from?
That's not. Well,
I get what
anyway,
you're saying.
so like I was saying,
I'm saying like for them to train
if the
them.
black men would have stormed the Capitol, I know for a fact, if the Panthers would have said, you know what, let's go out there and watch what happened, I guarantee you there'd been a shootout out that bitch. Why? Because they pose a threat, just standing there. But then you have people coming inside of a building, reaping havoc, and you're still negotiating with them like stand back.
They are now become aggressive.
You feel what I'm saying? Don't come any closer. So if it was black people, I do think would have been more casualties. But at the end of the day, if those black people were supporting the president, I don't think it would have been too many more casualties. It would have been casualties. Hold up, let me finish. Because at the end of the day, think about it. Remember what I put in the group chat? I said, y'all don't think that it's weird that the people storming the Capitol are following the actual president? Like, think about it deeper than that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, for real.
We had a viewing party.
You feel me? Because it's like this. Okay, if you go to jail, he can get you released. He's the cream of the crop. Right now, until January 20th, until they impeach him, or until inauguration, he can still make decisions right now. He is still the president. So that confidence, that courage, that backing, you know nothing too bad is going to happen to you. You're going to go in there and do what you want.
My thing is this, yo, it's common sense. Y'all think, it's common sense. It's one thing. All white people just ain't vote for that, man. You feel me? It's black people believe in this shit too. All white people ain't just fucking vote for that. You feel me? Now I think you the majority, but it's still black people. And I'm trying to tell you, Trump, what I believe, is a fucking businessman. I'm not gonna make it on this video and make y'all feel as though I am a follower. Like I fuck with the man. I told her I dislike him. But in the I look at all four corners of the square. And at the end of the day, I know he deal with certain people, no matter what color, but as long as you in position and you on his side, you part of that matter. So I know at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? That was a following of people that believed in what he believes in, and they weren't all white people. You feel me?
But you know what's the crazy part, and I understand your frustration, it's fueled by white supremacy.
Yeah,
so any black person that goes and signs up to be a MAGA colleague, they don't even understand how disrespectful that is to their melanin. So I get where you're coming from, and I get where you're coming from. But the craziest part of it all is the world is aware of that, and there ain't shit we can do about it.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like you cannot change nothing you have no control of. And if you're in position, and that man helps your position the way your world and your globe can do this, you're gonna do the fuck you gotta do. You're gonna do the fuck you gotta do. So what I'm trying to explain to bro is, it is black people out here like that.
That like his practices. They believe in his beliefs.
And sometimes they don't even believe it. It's just that they're in a certain position where it's like, yo, me not supporting this man could fuck my way of living up. You feel me? That's all. I ain't gotta like shit. I just gotta follow it so I can be able to make my world go right. You feel me?
Alright, so listen, in conclusion, we just know that whole Capitol Hill situation was bullshit. And if it was majority of people of colored skin, we don't think it would have went down the way how it went.
Not at all.
So the last thing we're gonna leave y'all with is now that we're in the new year, everybody has aspirations to make more moves. You know what I'm saying? So we can take things to the next level, and we can go around and say, you know, not necessarily a resolution, but 1 or 2 things that you're gonna put your foot on the gas on to propel you for 2021.
Pushing myself, that's number 1. And to make sure I get all my priorities aligned. Because 1, I'm not trying to go into another year broke. 2, I'm not trying to be mentally ill. I just want to live my life and be happy.
Mine will be, I would say, stop the procrastination. Like, procrastinating as much as I do. You know, that's 1. And 2, I would say, put my responsibilities at the top. Like, really taking care of my responsibilities, not when I want to, but when I need to.
Alright, how about you, Steve?
My thing for 2021 will be to complete everything that I've gone through. Like, I've done a lot of projects, and I need to complete them to actually make, you know, our dream a reality.
Yeah, that's what's up. How about you?
Well, in 2021, I plan on making sure that I don't have the same thing going on that I had going on in 2020. I want to have a new life, new everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to strive towards goals that is going to set me up for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. In conclusion, pretty much the same, yo. 2021, I really look forward to seeing our business flourish. Because I know a lot of the groundwork we doing is gonna pay off in the long run. Staying level-headed, staying calm, you know, taking it 1 step at a time, tapping more in with my spiritual side, as in stop trying to be so, you know, adamant about doing things in perfect order and just letting things flow. As long as you live honestly, you do the right things, you should be alright. Yes, obstacles gonna come. Bad things do happen to good people, but it's all about how you think about it and how you go into the situation. That's all my thing for 2021. Keep it working, keep things moving. You know what I'm saying? Uplift one another and do what we gotta do. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it. And I know with that mentality, as long as I keep it there, there's no way we can fail. That's how I feel.
Righteous minds.
Right. So that's pretty much it. You know, until next time, we'll be back with another episode, and that's pretty much what's going on.
Word. Turn the fuck up, cause we taking the fuck old.
Nah.
Fuck all that shit, yo. Jimmy Finesse in this bitch.
My leg it.
Fuck you talking about.
And scene.